Hello and welcome to Father from the Point, featuring my very zen co-host.
I get to introduce myself. I wake up, introduce myself. You go back to sleep. As in you start again.
Hello and welcome to the Father from the Point podcast. I'm your co-host Faris, and this is my co-host.
Oh shit, I don't have a name today. Wait, I have to introduce myself. I want to be like the Mother Willow or something. You know that willow tree in Pocahontas?
Oh, the thing with the face.
The one that you don't like because you say it freaks you out.
Freaks me out. I hate it. There's a tree behind us.
Yeah,
It doesn't have a face.
There's so many trees around us now. This pigeon is back.
Yeah.
But like there's so many trees around us.
Yeah.
So
What's your name? You haven't introduced yourself,
Grandma
co-host.
Willow.
Alright, this is my co-host, Grandma Willow.
Willow Smith. I whip my hair back and What? She was also named Willow. What?
Yeah, her birthright. She was a tree and we all knew it.
Hey, people can see my hair, on the back. Okay, yes.
What is this, our first video episode? Or?
Yeah, but it's like you keeping your same hair.
What other hair do I have?
Exactly, then let me flaunt mine when I can change a bit. So today we are at where?
Coming at you live from Labrador Park. In the park.
Labradoodle.
I honestly don't know why it's called Labrador Park. I've
The
never
dog.
seen a Labrador here. Nor does it look like a Labrador.
I'm pretty sure there's like some... Wait, so we want to talk about Labrador a little bit, but we have no idea why it's even called Labrador.
I just like Labrador Park because... Yeah. I keep wanting... This is like the third time I'm here in Labrador Park.
In your life?
Yeah. I mean, it's quite far away from where I live, so I don't come here often. But it's one of the nicer parks to me, I think. Mainly because not that many people come here. It's very quiet most of the time. Even I came here on a Friday.
With your longboard?
With my longboard, I came here. I came here twice. I came once on a longboard, and that was when I kind of just started skating, so I was not confident enough to like skate a park with a lot of people. I came on a Sunday, so there were a bunch of Filipinos here, and like them looking at me with the skateboard intimidated the shit out of me, so I didn't do it. But I came here again with my cruiser board, which is just like a longboard but small.
Yeah, lame.
Is not meant for trekking. It's really just meant to cruise. Why it's called a cruiser board. Says the one who can't even ride a board.
I can do longboard. I cannot do anything shorter than a longboard. It's just so not enough leg room.
You don't even have a... Your longboard is like in my house.
That's
a you
so
problem.
that's just you offering your house/room to become my storage space.
Yeah.
It's on you.
I'm always being used in this relationship.
What relationship?
It's a
Co-host? In the co-host relationship? We got equal rights, but you're the co-host. I'm also a co-host. Just that my stuff is stored in your house.
It's a 50-50 relationship.
Then again, your house is bigger, so it makes sense. He lives in a mansion.
Don't say it.
I wish that I would have asked for like one floor. And mansionettes are so funny because like the second floor is where all the rooms are at anyways.
Usually.
Yeah, so I'm like, I want the second floor with all the rooms. You sleep in the kitchen.
But you belong in the... So anyway, yeah, we're here in...
Labradoodle?
In Labrador Park. It's because we thought we could. So it's a nice place. Yeah, there's no one here, so it's perfect for recording. Luckily for us, it's not that hot now. Which... You want to show your pin? I thought it would be appropriate for the temperature. I guess it's... Gotta walk up to the camera and show it.
So much effort.
Show your boob to the camera.
You think you can get more views like that?
Oh god. It's a strategy.
Can it detect?
You gotta like angle it down. There you go. It's the this is fine meme. It's the dog that is on fire. Not the dog is on fire. He's in a house that is on fire.
I will humbly request our next episode to show my pinboard.
We could, if you want to.
I would like to.
All right, we'll think about it. I'll hand the idea. I'll hand over the production. Then they'll have to clear with management. Then they'll have to clear with the CEO.
So they're all us, okay? And
all of them are me.
Huh? Excuse me?
I'm the CEO.
Then I cannot be COO. Cool.
You're the cool.
Why am I? Why are you the CEO?
Oh, I've never been to see you.
Then I have, is it?
I never.
I don't want to be a PA. Don't degrade me to be like, because I'm the girl, I got to be the PA.
You could be.
Oh.
You have the
Wow.
gender for it.
So annoying.
Welcome to the Office Politics podcast, where we talk about office politics. It's very bright out front. Very.
That's
like,
because you live in a cave. That's why when it's like normally this hot, like
I did just come from like. I spent like the last at least 2 hours indoors. Now I'm outdoors and like we're facing. Well, now behind us it's like the greenery part. Like there's the rainforest in the background, but like opposite us, like where the camera is just sea. I'm pretty sure you can hear it. Oh, by the way, this is where the mic is. Like this thing.
Yeah, I think
I feel like we should tell what this
because if
random
not, it's just like we
blue
just
thing
talk
is.
towards it.
Yeah, like because it's very windy and we're a very. I'm not gonna say we're a budget podcast because we don't have a budget, but yeah, we use a Razer
Only
mic.
rich people say that.
It's true.
That
Not wrong.
we don't have a budget.
It's true. Our podcast is priceless. Where it means
Shucks.
$0.
The same price as a Labradoodle.
So sorry, there's a quail here. But behind this thing, it's very windy. We don't even have a wind mic. Like we're just using like the raw
I could
Razer
just
mic.
lift this up, but okay. Hello.
Alright. But like yeah, if because it's very windy, so if it's just out, I don't know if it's picking up all the wind. I think it is. Yeah. So this is like a budget. I use this to like keep the the hard drives and stuff.
Oh, you see, I thought you're gonna say my mic is budget, and it's like my mic is not the most expensive mic, but my mic is not budget.
It's a good mic.
Thank you.
It's a
I
good-
try, and it's pink.
Yes, also yes. It's a shame that
Razer wouldn't sponsor me. Yes, it's a very
No,
big
we're
shame.
not. Razer, we're still on board. I don't know where the board is, but we are on it.
Just let them sponsor us the Razer toaster.
I'll own a Razer toaster. I want to see.
Just RGB when your bread is ready. I love it.
Because like Razer started off as like a peripheral company, right? Like way back in like the 90s, and they had like mice, keyboards, the standard PC peripherals. But like over time, they started doing more and more things. But they always related to gaming. But I think the latest thing they have is the gaming chair, right?
Mm.
But
The Ixer.
the Ixer gaming chair, the new mascot.
Razer.
I want to see.
Don't get me started because the pink one they use Hello Kitty. They
Is there a
ruined
pink
that.
one?
There is a pink one. That's why I thought like, hey, it's really cool. But then they slapped Hello Kitty.
They
in
didn't
there.
just quartz it. They just put Hello Kitty.
They
in it.
quartz
It's
it
legit
and-
Razer.
Yeah.
Like Razer made it.
Yeah, as in Razer. The Ixer is under Razer. What?
Yeah.
So they had, of course, they launched the black one first and everything, and
Yeah.
then they had the quartz one. I was so happy. Then they slapped the Hello Kitty in there.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
They also have the Razer headphones with the Hello Kitty
I know about
edition
those,
also. Yeah,
yeah.
so they for the chair they decided to slap that little. Sorry guys, I really don't like Hello Kitty. I love pink. I just hate the
Yeah.
little bitch Hello Kitty.
Despite the fact that our brand is pink and blue, I call it the blue pink, the gradient and stuff. That's our thing. The mic is also pink.
My water bottle is pink.
What else pink? Cables all pink.
My watch strap you cannot see, but it's also pink.
Yeah.
My bra.
Ah. Yeah, we are very anti. Okay, I wanna.
Most raunchy thing I've ever said.
It's a very naughty episode of podcast.
Naughty.
So it's like despite the fact that we're very like stereotypical, like I'm blue, you're pink, like girl and boy. We lean into it like accidentally. Like I like blue my whole life.
Hey,
Actually, no.
same here. No, for me it's pink. It's
I
my whole life.
I have this like memory in my head when I was like really young. It's I never had like I was never good with like all these like favorite
Favourite
things,
colours.
favorite
Oh.
color, favorite song. You know the song thing. My favorite song changes like every couple of months.
You're the like you remind me of my older sister when we were growing up, and like the answer for me favorite color is always pink, right?
Yeah.
You can ask her maybe when she's, for example, like in secondary school. When she was in secondary school, you can ask her, she might say yellow. When she's in JC, you can ask her, she will say green.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she has her phases and her color changes. I think now that she is like older and stuff, she might have like she didn't even realize it might have been a favorite color, but she realized that it's been recurring. Then she's like, hey, actually might be, because every time someone asks me, I always end up leaning towards this one. So maybe it might be my favorite color. So it's like that. But how if that's the case for you, then how do you know it was blue? Let alone that specific shade of cobalt blue.
Well, yeah. If you want to get into specifics, like specifically, it would be cobalt blue, cobalt. I never like thought
It's
about
like
it until
a
I'm saying it now.
bright dark blue.
It's a little dull. It's not. It's not like pastel. It's like if pastel was duller.
Basically, is the logo blue? Our logo, the blue
Yeah,
you use,
it's
right?
like the blue that I use in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Any kind of branding that we do is that blue. I like that blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't I can't remember how I got into that specific blue, but how I got blue was I remember I was at my grandma's house, and I was with my aunts, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what led to it, but they just asked me what my favorite color was, and I realized I did not have an answer. I just thought about it, and I had like a little Hot Wheels car in my hand because I was young and stupid, so I just had a toy. So that car was blue. I just looked at it. I just went, I guess blue, and that sentence in that elevator stuck with me my whole life, and it's just like I like blue.
You psyched yourself into liking blue.
I Pavlov myself into liking blue because of a question that my aunt asked me.
Oh god.
And I feel like I should ask her about it
because
sometime. Like, do you remember like this question that you asked me? Yeah, that impacted me for the rest of my life.
to a point that it's like the brand color of our channel and things like
I
that.
mean, the thing is like because
Because
I'm
some
a
people
very,
link it to sky or sea or something, and then there's you with Hot Wheels.
I'm the kind of guy. I say like it's a very unique thing. So I like looking at the sky. I like the ocean. But it's like
I literally just give two examples that's common answers for why people say they like blue, and you're like, I'm the kind of guy.
Yeah,
No,
but it's like I realize I'm saying it as if it's a very special thing. But it's like I like when I like to like take it easy and slow, preferably near the ocean.
like Sunday morning.
I take it easy like Sunday morning.
Thank you for getting my reference. Ah, I close my rings.
How do you close your ring with sitting down? Oh, I got a notification.
Thank you.
Shout out to the Apple Watch. I think Razer will make like sport watches.
Sam, shut up. If they do, they ask them sponsor me. I want the quartz one also.
Like yeah, I don't know if eventually I realize that I do just like the color blue because
A lot of things that you like happen to be blue.
Yeah, like a lot of things just happen to be blue.
But then-
or if legitimately that split second decision like influenced my entire life.
But if that's the case, right, then wouldn't the shade of blue that you like resemble a bit more of the sky or the sea?
Oh no,
But yours is...
that's the thing. So how I landed on cobalt, right, was I went to IT, and my course in IT was digital audio video production, and one of the modules that we took
Oh, like the
was,
hex code,
yeah,
the color
one of the modules that we took was photography, and along with photography we learned like basic Photoshop to like. It was really just they just all like how to color grade, contrast, saturation, all this. But I liked Photoshop, and that led to me going into graphic design and all that kind of stuff. But we had this photography module, and one of the quote unquote what do you call it, projects, final year projects, the
Okay.
FYPs was we had to create a coffee table book.
Oh,
Which is
I like.
yeah,
I mean, a
which is
coffee table
usually
book.
it is exactly what it is. It's just the thing that you put on a coffee table for people to like. Usually, if they like visit your house, it's something for them to read to like pass the time. So we had to make something like that, which was just a couple of pages, nothing crazy. But you just had to take pictures, theme it to a certain theme.
To make it look like a magazine vibe
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
But it was
yeah.
tiny. It was like a A5 size with like
What, an exercise book, coffee table book?
basically.
Lame.
It was just just to say that we made a book.
Unacceptable. But okay.
It was kind of cool actually, like
How
because
come I never see the work?
because I hated it.
Oh.
Because it's like
You were like saying kind of cool, a bit blah blah blah. I hate
I like
it.
project. Honestly, I want to revisit that project again. Like
You can use that project, but use our like brand and channel and stuff to do it.
I honestly want to revisit it.
It'll be so fun.
Yeah,
I'll
that'd
be your
be
moral
cool.
support.
Be my model support.
No, because no.
Oh,
No, but
my
because
moral support.
I'll be your muscles. The seafood.
Muscle support.
No, because I cannot really like I don't know design.
Yeah. I like
But
visual.
I do know and I have a wonderful Pinterest board, everybody.
Pinterest and pinboard. Very Pinteresting.
Huh.
You think Pinterest have like used that word like
Pinteresting.
Pinteresting? Do you think have they used
You
it?
can hashtag, I'm pretty sure. You know what they always say, right? If you think you're so unique and you say something, you just type it in Google. There's some
Yeah, it's
asshole 5
true.
years ago will be like,
That's the name of my Pinterest board.
That's the name of my company.
It's like, I got sued by Pinterest. Okay.
But yeah, so you were saying you make that coffee table book?
Yeah. So I didn't really have a theme going into it. I mean I did, but I realized it was way too much work for it to be worth. So I kind of just took a lot of like pictures around my neighborhood, and I just like maybe I'll piece something together. And one thing that I realized that
It's a solo project.
Yeah.
Not a group. Oh,
no,
okay.
it's a solo. Yeah. So one thing I unconsciously did was all of my pictures had like the sky in it. So I ended up theming it. I called it the Skyline Collection of
Oh.
my neighborhood.
That's nice.
Because all of them they were like skylines, like there was buildings and like sky, so there was like the horizon, the artificial horizon. I made it like a poetic thing because I was deep back then. I hate it now because it's like for some reason like I
You
use
still like the name Horizon?
I mean I do, like I really want to revisit that thing now that after all these years I realized like, it was a good theme. I was just young. I didn't really have a grasp on it. I wanted to submit something. So because I had the color gradient and stuff, I took note of all like because I took all the pictures in like one day. It was like over the
But
span
like
of
you
like
cram up your
Kinda.
project.
no, because I genuinely couldn't think of anything. So I was like, I'll just go out, shoot some pictures, and something will happen. I didn't expect those pictures to be the ones I submitted. So because they were
That's
all
so you.
pretty much, so they were all taken in the span of 2 hours. So and they all had the picture of the sky, right? And it was a relatively cloudless day. So you can really see the blue of the sky.
Mhm.
And I really like the pictures I took nearing the end of like my little session. And I realized it's a very like calming kind of a deep blue. So I just took note of like that hex code. And over time I realized that if I needed like they taught us a little bit of like branding kind of, because one of the things I also had to do was we had to create like a portfolio DVD where we made like a DVD cover. We had to make the CD cover and everything. It was kind of cool. So I was like, I need a color. So a lot of the time I just used that exact hex code, and it kind of stuck with me. And now it's in farther, and I
So
thought it's very
now
nice.
for you, the thing is that you can't even tell me if that is your favorite color or not, but it's been with you for a very long time.
It's I don't know if it's my favorite color, because I don't really have a favorite anything. It's just because my mentality changes like every so often. So do you know I keep saying I have a favorite song, and then 3 months later I hate that song. One of them is Ninja. No, I was TWRP's the Tupperware Remix Parties, the Starlight Brigade. That was my favorite song for a couple of months. Now I can't stand the song. I mean I like it.
Maybe you overplay it.
Yeah, that's the problem. I really like the song.
You like it
and
so
I overplay
much,
it.
you play it, and then you're like done with it.
Yeah.
But that's why I think one of the like a thing that I did sometime back for Gen Zs. If you don't know what a cassette is, it's a please explain. It's a thing
So-
that
so-
the tape.
You know how when you go on the Spotify and you listen to songs, that song is actually a file, right? And this file, how Spotify works is that there's a huge ass collection of those little files, which are the music tracks, and you can pull them out from the sky like a fucking they're like God picking out a human being to just drag up to heaven in the rapture. So you play that song as and when you want, and that's the wonderful thing of it. But before Spotify, we had these things called CDs, right? And CDs were those tracks, those files. But instead of all the files on the planet you could just take from the internet, these are selected files that were on that CD. So maybe it's like usually an album is like what, 12-ish tracks?
Around there,
Yeah.
there's an average.
Yeah. So that CD had 12 tracks. But because of the way the CD works, you could pick and choose which track you wanted, right? And it's great. But most of the time, artists want you to listen it,
There's
like as a
there's
continuous
way,
thing. Yeah. But that's not a new thing. That has always been around pretty much since music could be played at home.
Mhm.
Because before
CDs.
CDs, if I'm remembering correctly, if I'm remembering what I learned in audio class,
CDs, cassettes first.
it was cassette. It was cassette.
Because
tapes.
vinyls are before that.
Yeah. Arguably. Yes.
It totally was.
Yeah. So cassette tapes are the same thing, except because files in like Spotify and CDs, they're digital. Before we readily had shit like this laptop here, we had analog.
Yep.
So there are tracks that are on a long, thin, magnetic, I think, strips. Yeah. And that strip contain
It's like a tape.
the it's tape.
That's why they call it like tape recorder
Yeah,
and
tape
all
recorders.
that.
So it was all contained in that tape. The data needed for the music, except
Yeah.
it wasn't data, it was like raw analog signals.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was long, there was meters of it for like a single song.
Yeah.
But since you needed to play, it's not like going to bring meters of it in your pocket and like just wind it all out.
Yeah.
So what they did was they would wind it all up into a little reel that was very like dense on like one side, and they put that reel into a little cassette, which was a little rectangular, basically it's just a little rectangular plastic box that had two spinning reels in it. And one reel, and it would spin like from one reel
To the other.
The tape would like reel onto the other.
Yeah.
So you
And then
couldn't
there's
like
front and back.
Oh yeah, and you could like, because the tape has like two sides, like
Ye-
paper. You
yeah.
could, the more expensive ones, you could record tracks on one side and another track on the other.
Correct.
So you essentially get double the amount of space in the same package, but it
Yeah.
costs more.
Yeah.
So to play it, you needed a cassette player,
Yeah.
which was a special device to read the analog data that is on the tape for it to be played into audio signals.
And the whole reason why I even asked you to explain this
Yeah,
is
where are we going with this?
no, there is a link. You went very into detail because you're very into like audio stuff, and I'm not.
It
gonna
was one of
interrupt
my
you there.
hyperfixations.
Yeah,
So
I mean, clearly, yeah. So the thing is, I like cassettes and everything. I like how it sounds and whatnot. I do have a custom cassette tape and also a pink cassette player because I'm extra. But one thing I did was I'm not sure what I would assume it was a birthday. If it's not, it's some other thing. I decided like, you know what? I don't know whether this guy even knows like you can still make custom cassettes now, like cassette tapes now. And it's very cheap to get like a decent like cassette players
Yeah.
because not the blank,
players,
the
yeah.
players itself. Or next Shopee, Amazon, you can totally find the cheap ones and things like that. I just needed to make the cassette, but the blanks are what you said. I can buy it, but I don't know how to put
the problem now is the technology, because it is obsolete. Is what it is. It's
Yeah.
obsolete. It's way easier and it's way better to play digital
everything
tracks
is like
nowadays.
here.
Yeah, like I can pull a song.
It can be here also.
Yeah, I can pull a song from a fucking Norwegian ska band in 2022.
Yeah.
Like in like a couple of seconds, compared to I want to play a song that everyone knows, but I need to go back to my house to get the tape.
And it's not just that, because how cassette players work is that, you know how for CDs, when you put it like even in a Walkman player and things like that, you can press next and skip
Yeah,
it.
but
Cassette,
but
you
one
can
thing-
fast forward. You
One
cannot
thing
skip.
that CDs have over everything else
Yeah.
is CDs nuts.
Shut your mouth lah. So rude.
I don't know if I could integrate that in another way, but I just had to
CDs
make
nuts.
these nuts.
I mean, I talked about flashing a pink bra, so you can have the nuts joke this one. No, but the whole reason why even I shared about that is because when I wanted to make you one, and I didn't want to anyhow pick songs because I wanted you to come up with a playlist that he could
Yeah.
actually come up with a playlist on Spotify. And what I'll do is I already found a person that could make me this custom tape. I just needed to make that playlist on Spotify, send them that link, and they'll do the work to
Yeah.
getting the songs in there because
Yeah.
I don't know that much.
Because,
I just bought the
yeah.
player. But here's the thing. So when you made that playlist, Starlight Brigade was inside.
Yeah.
The whole story of this was when you
I
made
actually
that
did listen
playlist.
to it recently.
Exactly. So
It's a good song.
you just you listed a bunch of songs. I think yours was what, 45 or 90 minutes worth of songs? Somewhere there.
45 minutes.
Could be, yeah, but
45.
I asked you to, like, come up with a playlist. This is the time frame I need it to be within this,
Yeah.
and do whatever you want, put whatever songs you want. And this guy made his playlist, but those were the songs that he chose, and it goes back to Starlight Brigade, which just goes to point back to the point that you made before this. It's, you don't have a favorite song, but when you do, you may grow to not like it. But you have now one of the songs in a cassette player. You
It's-
can't just erase it, kind. It's there.
Yeah, it's weird because I listen to that tape once in a while because the cassette, I still have the player, and I listened to it recently, and I realized that it's nice, I think, to go back to it because I'm the kind of person on Spotify, like I don't make playlists. I know some people, like, they make playlists for everything.
I actually commend them because it takes time.
Yeah, it's great.
I only have a playlist for, like, when you want to go for a run. I cannot, like, listen to any old song. I need, because for me, I'm the kind of person that run to the tempo person.
Oh yeah, that's actually very good.
So when
Yeah.
I run to the tempo, I need that specific tempo. So for running, I have my playlist. Everything else is either in my liked,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, that's the thing. I tried for a while. I have like 5 or 6 like mood based playlists, but like I haven't updated them in months. So
and you
everything,
may not
like,
go back to them also.
I honestly probably won't. So it's, if I'm listening to Spotify, it's either like I find specifically the artist I want to listen to or the album I want to listen to.
yeah.
Or the most common thing is I just go into my like songs
And
and
then
I
you
just
just
play
play.
whatever is like the last 10 songs that
Because
I
that's
put
the one
in.
you kind of still want to listen to,
Yeah.
right? So, like, I get that. But one thing that I realized, that now that we're in a park, sometimes I always thought of doing it. The difference, just so for people who don't know about, like, cassette players and stuff, because they are so old school, you cannot connect your, like, AirPods or Bluetooth earpiece to it. You got to have the wired one plugged into the audio jack
Because
and listen to the
like, even if it's like
songs.
the cheap stuff you get on Shopee or like AliExpress, ultimately it's an analog signal.
Exactly.
And it's like, I mean, you can get like there's a converter that goes from like your 3.5 millimeter jack into a Bluetooth
so
signal.
much effort. No,
Yeah.
just listen to
Yeah,
it. Just
but-
hold it, clip it. Actually, there are some where you can clip it on because of
like
the back.
old
Yeah.
Walkmans,
Yeah.
they're great.
So, like, clip it on and listen.
It's that's why a lot of people are like the ones who say old is gold and they swear that a vinyl sounds better. The thing is,
it does
like,
sound different.
like
though.
technically, like whether it's better or not, that's subjective because art
Correct,
is
yeah.
subjective.
Yeah.
If you like the sound, then it's just better to you.
But it's definitely different.
It's very different. It's very different in the way it delivers. Like I will admit, not that long ago, I told myself I would never own like wireless headphones because back then Bluetooth's quality was not that great, and there was a
Wait, earpiece or headphones?
both.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it didn't matter to me
Okay.
because
okay.
the Bluetooth like signal wasn't that good. Like the way
Okay.
the way it transmits the data isn't good enough to be like on par with like an analog wire.
And then you listen to my
Yeah.
AirPods.
And then I believe it was AirPods came around, and it's
I mean,
like,
mine was the Pro one. So you put
Yeah.
it on and you're like,
oh no, yours was impressive because it was the first time I
did that sound
I had
cancellation thing.
active
A
noise
noise
cancellation.
cancellation, sorry.
active noise cancellation was a whole other ballpark. But before that, because I owned Bluetooth headphones before that, but the jump for me to go from like wired
Regular,
headphones to
yeah.
like now everyone has like wireless headphones was quite a big one for me because I told myself Bluetooth will never get to the level, and that was when I was like I was into tech, but I was not that smart to realize that tech will catch up.
Whether you like it or not, and
Yeah.
tech will continue to evolve whether you're here on this planet or not,
So it's like wired because now everything like I know some people who argue that like they still have like the old iPhones with the headphone jack in it, but they
the
say
first
like
few models.
and they say like they prefer using the wired headphones over like AirPods because it sounds better. I'm like, yeah, it's true in certain sense because analog signal is always like stronger.
Okay.
But they listen to it on Spotify.
So there's no difference.
So like the signal is still coming in from like a digital, so it's not it's from a CD or a
Correct,
cassette
yeah.
where it's like directly there. You're
Yeah,
still pulling
if
it
you're
from the
telling
internet.
me you're plugging it into a Walkman, I get you, I understand.
Yeah,
but
sure,
you're plugging
fair.
it to, and you're playing it.
You're still playing
It's
it
not
online.
even downloaded to your phone. It's just
Yeah, it's
like,
not even downloaded. It's
it's-
like you're streaming that shit from
Exactly.
like a server somewhere. So it's still digital signal no matter what. It's just a digital like data through an analog source.
That's the part like I really can't
Yeah,
accept.
those are the ones that's like you're on the right track, but it's like you're on a road with a scooter.
But I personally feel that
I don't know if that
like
metaphor makes sense.
4 out of 10.
It's 4 out of 10. I was gonna give myself like a 2 or
I'm lenient. No, but one thing I've always wanted to do like last time was be it a cassette player, be it a Walkman, be it a boombox. I wanted to always, and I want to say the portable vinyl player, but you shit on those. But regardless, I just wanted to come to parks, have that music. And even though I cannot draw to save shit, I just wanted to be artsy in a park. And one of the things I wanted to do when I was a bit younger is I wanted to have that moment in every single park in Singapore. I don't know how many parks we have.
One thing that
20, no.
I want to say confidently that there's more than that.
Am I allowed to Google now?
Why not? We're a podcast.
So, wait, if you could go to every single park in Singapore, now that we are in one Labrador,
Yeah.
what, like, you know how I said, like, if I want to go to every single park, the one common thing I want to do is to do that the analog music and like drawing, or in my version, create some form of art. What is one thing you would like to do? I don't want to hear you say I want to take a walk, like that. Other than that, please.
No. Why not?
Other than that, come on. Other than what a park is actually for. Other than walking and cycling, please. Any other, something different that you want to do.
It depends on the park. But one thing I would like to do definitely is visit every single park in the country.
300 parks with over.
Oh, I didn't know it'd be that many.
With over 300 parks and 4 nature reserves, Singapore National Parks map is a testament to its high green quotient. And here I am shouting in front of everybody 20.
To be fair, it's at least 20.
At least, suppose, even if I
there's
say
no
200.
there's no less than 20, so you're
Shut
not
up.
wrong.
But I think then again, there's a lot of smaller parks in Singapore.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do you have is this your favorite park?
It's not my favorite park.
Is it ranked at 1?
No. Labrador?
5? Or 10? Top 10?
I don't want to say that. As of now, from the parks that I visited, it's at least top 10.
Including your recent one, Upper Thomson.
Upper Thomson was great. Upper Thomson is like top 5 as of now. But it is one thing I always wanted to do, which is visit every single park and like make a collaborative list of all of them. Because despite the fact that Singapore boasts itself to be like one of the greenest countries on the planet, which honestly it is. I mean, you can look at it from a satellite, and despite the fact that like HDB, like all of us live in HDBs and like our commercial and industrial areas, there is always like patches of green almost pretty much everywhere.
Did try.
And like I'm very proud of that. But despite that fact, I'm surprised that no one has done this thing where you just go to every single park. Which is something that I want to do.
Are
honestly.
you sure no one has done, or have you not done your research?
If they have done it, it's not like it's a documented thing.
Okay, that means you never do your research. Because before you put it out there in the podcast, you better make sure that no one's like, if not someone responds like, hey dude, I've done it. You're like, really?
If they have, then kudos on you, but I don't know about it. So I don't know about your opinion, so I want to make my own. So it's like, it's something I want to do. Maybe for the channel, like fuck it. Because there are parks that are like huge, right? Like
how many have you even been to?
A lot. Quite a lot. I've been to a few. Like sometimes
I said we.
I don't fucking know. I don't
Not just
count.
you.
That's the problem. We never documented that shit.
Because you don't like to document shit.
Yeah, because why would I?
Because if the podcast hasn't started then.
Yeah, I mean now I have a reason to.
But yes, I agree with you. That's the stupidest sound I ever did live on the podcast. I'm so sorry.
Good to show the world how mature you are.
Yeah, I know.
I'm cancelling you.
And
You're gonna live in this park. And in 3 days, you're gonna
I'm
tell me
not-
how what it's like to be homeless.
I don't even live that far.
Fuck.
I can walk home.
Damn
What do you want me to do? It's like, ooh, okay. Be home and
But
all.
yeah,
but-
it's a thing that I want to do where
I think East Coast is number one for me still. That's
Oh, no,
only
no, that's-
because it's ranked. It's childhood memory.
true. But that's the thing though, because like there's parks like East Coast which are huge, and like they're nationally known. But then there's other places like Upper
Small
Thompson,
one,
for example.
small one.
It's actually it's not that big, especially compared to East Coast Park. But because up what the hell was it called? Thompson Park has like actual like ruins in it. And I went. Which if you follow us on Instagram,
Yeah.
I took over for like a day and posted my silly little adventure being a scamp in a park.
He spammed the account.
Yeah, it was already the most I've ever posted on Instagram.
In your life, in your
Ever.
collective time
Ever.
since your first account got logged out, you got
Yeah.
logged out, your second, your third. I don't know how many
God,
accounts
yeah.
you've had. Must quite a lot.
Okay, Instagram, to be fair, I deleted that. That's like a personal thing.
You got issues.
Clearly. I decided to make a podcast.
Yeah, but you really went apeshit. Like even
Yeah,
I don't
and,
spam that much in my own personal stories, but it was
Yeah, but
at least it was
fun.
nice. It was
I
nice.
thought it was fun, and I thought, why aren't I doing this for like every park? Because every park is, well, they're not all like great. Because like East Coast Park, another one that comes to mind now is the Bishan Ang Mo Kio Park, which is like I want to say it's one of the first like corridor kind of parks where it's like it's long.
What do you mean when you say corridor park though?
No, like the park is like it's sandwiched between two housing estates, and it's like long, so it acts like a buffer green zone. Because if it weren't for that park, it would just be like another housing development board kind of thing. So at least there's like space. There's like a green
Some
space.
green in all the concrete.
Bidadari they're doing the same thing with it. They're calling it green corridors. I'm not calling it that. It's like that's what they're calling. That's what like HDB is calling these green corridors.
Bidadari looks nice though.
Yeah.
Like people
But I
who's
don't know
going
if
to
it's
stay
I don't know
there.
if it's like finished, but that's another park I'd like to go to.
Oh yeah,
They
I
made a
forget.
lot of,
There's also Jurong Lake Gardens, which is also a park.
Yeah. All parks. So like there's all these huge parks, but there's also like a lot of smaller, less known
There is
parks, like
one
the
Hot
neighborhood
Park.
parks.
There is
I don't know. Is Hot Park
a park.
like is it an N park? Is it a national park or is it like a privately owned park?
I don't know.
I don't know if the drone. There's like a boat passing by. It's a Coast Guard boat. I think it's getting picked up, but it's fine. So yeah, because it's 300, but not all 300 are equal. Some
Yeah.
are like shitty little like
There
crap parks.
there is this one park that I want to go with you to explore, but I shall not reveal it now because if not, everybody will flock there, and it's not very well known. But we honestly should make a list though.
Despite what you said, I was just about to ask you like, what is it?
You just be like, no, I'm not dumb. I'm not gonna tell it to you.
I am. That's the problem.
That's why you had that.
That's
thought
why I'm the
process.
CEO. It's a joke, meaning that all CEOs are stupid.
No, but
Speaking of stupid,
I
Elon
know
Musk
one-
is now CEO of Twitter. Alright, that's enough of that story. I really don't want to talk about that. I just thought it was fucking insane that it was news.
I just got nothing to add on.
Don't.
But I really don't have because I'm like when you have that much of money like
He owns the Bird app. Bird up.
he got money to buy it over. What are you on about? That's as far as it
That's the
goes.
problem, man.
He got money to start his own. He's not under NASA. He has his own.
Yeah, SpaceX.
Yeah.
He's not at SpaceX.
Do you know how much money you need to start something to fly shit into space?
He started a lot of companies that are all questionable.
But it doesn't matter because you got money, so you can do it.
My favorite,
That's
because-
not money. That's wealth. That's straight
and
up
it's
wealth.
very easy. Like wealth equals power, but it does not mean you're smart. There's this stupid comparison. Like if you're a billionaire, it means you're smart at business. It's like no. One of Elon Musk's most controversial projects was like I think in like LA, like the city parts of like Los Angeles, he wanted to like dig tunnels because LA traffic is like horrible. So it's like what if he just had like these roads like these tunnels under the city where like one car can pass through like really fast. I'm like, Elon, you're describing a train, but shit. It's like you can make that, and it's great. But instead of
They
making
have
like individual
subways,
cars, make it a fucking train. So instead of like maximum 6 people can go in an SUV at one time, why not make it like 100 people in a train?
There's definitely you can fit way more than 100 people.
And it's not like there's not a controversial be like this isn't an original thought. Like I got this off of Twitter. This is not what he owns. But I was like, you have so much money, but why are all these people with money stupid? You could be making parks. Like this. More parks. The barbecue pit. That hasn't been used in years, I think, since COVID.
I mean, it's not like they could use it
It's true.
until
I think
recent.
now we can.
Now,
right?
I think it's open already. I mean, even East Coast you can do it.
It's true.
So you just
So I guess that's one thing for us to start
But
thinking
that means,
about.
what about the parks we have been to, but we did document, but in photos more than videos. Like when we did the McRitchie thing.
Now we can revisit it. Like why not? I mean, there's nothing wrong with parks. It's good.
So we are doing 300. Father does 300 parks.
Father does 300 parks. Because I mean, like, why not? It's
We should strive to finish it before we are 30. Then the 300th park
think
is
so.
when we are 30.
I mean, it's November, so I think
3
it's,
years, I mean, if we count your
Hopefully,
birthday,
maybe.
or maybe go by the year. 3 years.
It can be like a long project that we do.
Yeah.
And like we could start it like officially next year, because it's the end of the year. Farther as a channel, like we've done this podcast for almost a year, and I definitely want to do like a retrospective kind of thing at the end of the year. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, why not we do like Farther from the Point has been like the thing of 2022. We could do parks. Farther takes over the parks in 2023.
And rec.
Yeah. The Parks and Rec episode.
I'm Leslie, right? That means that makes you Ben.
I mean, you're clearly Leslie.
Thank you.
Technically, yeah, I'm Ben. Because I'm
Personality-wise, though.
for sure.
Yeah.
I wish I was April, but
I wish we could have that
We're not
dynamics,
April.
but we're not April and what is Chris Pratt's name?
Andy.
And
I love that show.
Andy.
Andy Dwyer.
I like Rashida Jones, but I cannot remember
Anne Perkins.
and the ex-porn star.
Oh, fuck.
The
I
good
forgot
looking
her name,
guy.
but
No,
her-
the guy.
Porn star?
He was an ex-porn star, if you didn't know.
What guy?
The good looking older dude in that show.
Oh, Rob Lowe.
Rob
Oh.
Lowe. He was an ex-porn
No,
star,
I
if you
thought you
didn't know.
meant... I don't know. Because in the show, there's a porn star character. Because I forgot her name, but
No,
every time she's like on screen, she introduces herself as like, my name, like the star of like 300, like I think one of her intros are like the most popular adult film star and star of 300 films in this year alone, and it's like, fuck.
That's like every day she's filming.
Like every
porn.
other day, you're like getting railed,
Yes.
and like because she's always like being compared to like Leslie, and I love that show. I've always been like Parks and Rec over Office.
Same. You introduced me to that show, and and you told me to skip the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't, but that's because I don't like I have to watch my shows in order kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think the first couple of episodes, especially in the first season, was a bit dry, but you get through that, it just gets better and better and better.
That's why I always tell people, like, for Parks and Rec, for me, what I think is the best experience for Parks and Rec is just skip season 1 and 2 first. You'll be a little bit lost in season 3 because they're like not in the middle, like they're starting off certain relationships and certain dynamics in the show. But because season 1 and 2 is like, it's
but if you do
almost
watch
like,
it, you see the full character growth.
yes, you do. It is great. But I watched season 3 onwards first, and then after the show, I went back to season 1 and 2. And for me, like
That
I
method
prefer
works,
it. I prefer it that way because if I stuck to season 1 and 2 first, I would have never finished that show. I would have never made it past season 1. I think because it's less Office like America. It feels more like Office like the British Office, which is a bit darker.
At least America's Office is a bit bearable, a little bit.
It's funny. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but The problem with
Leslie, no.
the problem with The Office are the people who send. It's like Friends to me. Like their entire personality is The Office or Friends.
But
It's a good show.
it's
I'm
the
not saying
same
it's bad.
thing with
but like,
How I Met
fuck
Your
you.
Mother and everything. It's
Oh, I
all
cannot.
that.
Like, honestly,
No, those are
I-
all decent shows, but
Yeah.
you cannot say like that's the only show you'll like forever. I mean, then again, to each his or her own or their own.
it is. But it's the ones who Friends has a much more.
Bigger and one of the
problem with
biggest thing.
It's like they still think that Friends is like the best sitcom ever. It's like, arguably, it's not even the best sitcom in the 90s.
But it has the best.
Like, it had the appeal, sure. It definitely shows. We still got people like when Netflix finally got
you
rid
still
of
have
Netflix.
Gen Z into Friends. That's how
Yeah.
big Friends
And
is.
it's like, fuck, dude, y'all have so many more. And then it's like, if it's not Friends, then they latch on to The Office, then that's a whole other thing. It's like, alright.
I'm just like watch whatever, but
But no one ever talks about Parks and Rec. That's my problem with it.
no, not a lot of people know Parks and But Parks and Rec is on Amazon Prime.
And that's my problem because I don't have Amazon Prime.
You use my account. Amazon, you don't know that.
I think Netflix is the problem that has the problem with it.
No, but Netflix, I want to do that new thing. They put accounts together or something.
Oh, I think that's just porting profiles.
Porting
Yeah,
profiles, yeah. I want to do that.
It's true. Yeah.
But nowadays, I don't even know which to. But anyway, all that
It's
aside,
too many streaming shits now.
the parts part to just. Are we supposed to wrap it up?
Yeah, we can start wrapping it up.
Okay.
It's about time.
The parks part, I definitely think I like the idea of the 300.
Plus, I'm pretty sure there's more like building. Bidadari is one of them, definitely.
Fine. That I want to go and do, but then we can do like the filming and stuff.
Like we can do a thing where we visit every single park.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a
And then-
podcast. What it can
no,
be
it's
like,
like its own like thing.
like
its own
how
video.
we were when we were at Fort. Technically, Fort Canning has been released already, because
Oh,
we
we
did
started
have
with Fort Canning,
we
yeah.
did have one. Because
That
if
was like
you're
a
talking-
weird pseudo tourism thing. But I was thinking we visit all 300 plus parks, but like we end off like because it's a show, right? So I was thinking we end off the show. The last episode will be us ranking all 300 parks.
Oh god!
So we can definitely
the tier thing
definitively
is one thing. This
we
is 300.
merge tier list shows with this park review show.
I cannot.
And I think it's fun because you know what? We can promote visiting these parks. It's healthy.
300 parks you cannot finish in one episode.
300 parks in
300
one
is what
like
the
4
Sparta
hour
kick you're
long.
gonna get.
Just kill me.
Yeah.
Stab me like Leonidas
I
in a
mean,
spear.
there's just open water. If the Coast Guards are here, nope. I'm gonna
But
push
they
you
were.
in. No, they're not. Good
Alright.
turn.
Let's see you try.
Tired.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, if I really wanted to, I will.
Maybe
Don't
next episode.
underestimate a woman who have we watch. You should know from our Halloween episode.
How to get away with murder.
We
Like how you say it.
Yeah, how. No, like we are trained. We watch too many of the true crime to not commit them and get away with it ourselves.
Fair. Maybe next episode you'll see me
Dead.
dead.
La 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 la.
So that'll be the end of this episode.
And I'm
Alright. If you made it this far, watching and or listening, thank you very much. Your viewership supports us. If you really like it, give us a thumbs up. Rate us 5 stars wherever it matters. It's great. It helps out this channel. And honestly, look out for this park show because it sounds fun. Maybe, hopefully not next year, but sometime soon. But until next time, this has been Father from the Point. I'm your co-host Faris, and this has been my co-host, Grandma Willow.
Because her eyes are usually shut, so this is my channeling.
Oh, that's what
that,
you do.
Yeah. I got no hands here, so.
Stand and like you. May the sounds of nature play us out. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.